I figure I'd do something different besides play zombies this time. So, I guess I go play multiple players. See if it's like Black Ops 4. See, they got a bunch of hackers on there and cheaters on there. Then y'all be able to see for yourself. Seems like they always come up with something damn new on here. Something else to spend more money. See, again, didn't give me my 400 either. Because I just got that 100. And I got that 100 and made it 3. Oh, that one is locked. That's pretty stupid. Why you lock them? Oh, I get it. They lock them where you can't buy the season pass by your own tokens. That's where you actually have to pay for it. Because if you look, you can unlock that for 1,000 CPs. But the catch is you can't get the CPs without buying it. So what's the point of getting it if you gotta pay for it? See, it makes no sense. Instead of giving it to you for free, like right there, you actually have to pay for it to get them. It's like everything else on this game. And I want to show you the difference of why people pays to play on here. I don't know what they gonna pick, because I don't ever play online. I don't know what that is, but we'll do it. So if you're under 18, you might want to change your channel, because I do a lot of cussing on here, especially online. There for a minute, I thought I got banned again because it wouldn't let me get on. I know that gun's maxed out, but there's still camo I gotta get on here. I should have went and looked and see what it was.
MTC is live. Bring the hammer down.
I got you covered. I even heard you coming, still couldn't shoot you, really. And he shot me without even looking. well, got your boyfriend. He thought he was gonna sneak behind somebody. Oh, well, got your boyfriend. They all to your left.
Spy plane perimeter established, Dangerous 3.
Couldn't really heal myself.
Spy plane MTL 50%. Check.
Enemy sentry in your AO.
Mission timeline expired. Spy plane RTB.
Authorizing spy plane mission.
Enemy spy plane inbound. Enemy counter spy plane inbound. Hostile sentry turret active.
Your proximity mine was destroyed by hostile action.
I got a hit mark on him 3 times and still didn't kill him, really? Where did he shot me from?
PDA 1 down.
Hostile sentry turret active. Almost there. Hold fast, people. Enemy spy plane
Really?
inbound. Hostile counter spy plane established above.
Enemy secured your sentry turret.
Ah, this stupid arrow thing.
Enemy care package above. Artillery targeting detected. Artillery inbound. You made that look easy. Bravo Zulu.
We fucking crushed it.
See, that's why I don't play games online. Seventeen and 11. I got 17 kills and I got 11 deaths. And I'm in very last place. But you also gotta think, remember too, I started in close to the end of the game. You don't never start you in the beginning of one. And it's not like Black Ops 4, it automatically throws you into another lobby after every game. So you don't play the same people over and over. So that's kind of the good part about it. But I gotta go check. Gotta get 5 kills without dying 20 times. So pretty much I gotta get a bloodthirsty every time. Kill 75. Yeah, that's the only problem I got. It's hard, it ain't gonna kill them. Well, I can use equipment like that. Bouncing Betty or whatever they want to call it. That's pretty much the only thing you got to use. How can you shoot and kill an enemy is taking cover if they're taking cover? It makes no sense. Don't that beat the whole purpose of taking cover? So the camos on here and on zombies is two different things. So you have to actually go play the zombies to get them camos. Then you have to come and play multiple players to get them camos. To get them all, the guns change the color. See, makes no sense. And you gotta redo all your scopes. See, if you remember when I started playing zombies, I had all these. But on here, you don't. Got to do it all over again. Take out that red dot, maybe I can see it better. Okay, then where's the sword and all that I already bought? See, that was messed up. I actually bought me that sword. And it's hard getting dang melee finishing moves because somebody else comes around the corner and shoots you. Every time I try to do it. Then you gotta stab somebody in the back 15 times to get that machete. I don't want to use C4, I use that. Well, no, I better use that. It actually just blows them up. Might as well take that out because I don't ever use it. They got decoys on here, really? I use the stun. I can stun them, then blow them up, get 2 for 1. So I'm just going to go back to zombies, because I noticed the only thing that works on there is they gonna get the guns maxed. See how that's maxed? Now why? Oh yeah, that's right. These two right here I didn't complete all the way. So I guess I better go and level them up and complete them. You know what? I can do that on here. I need more speed than anything else where I can get out of dodge when I need to. Accuracy doesn't matter anyway, because they can shoot you around corners on here or through walls and everything else. Well, I'm gonna go play me some zombies. I ain't playing that. So, and make sure a friend of mine is not online. Alright, he's not online, so as soon as I get into a game, watch, he'll pop in. Hang on, back up, stop. Forgot what I was doing. Alright, gotta get stupid critical kills. I don't see the point of it. Ain't a critical kill a headshot when you got 2 different damn things on there. But it both means the same thing. See, that one's just getting regular kills. You gotta kill 25,000 zombies. I mean 2,500. That one you gotta get 2,500 critical kills. That one you gotta get at pack-a-punch kills. After you get your gun pack-a-punch. That one you gotta beat the bosses. That one you gotta get 10 kills repeatedly 10 times. So you gotta kill 10 enemies repeatedly. And that's the hardest thing to do in here, because sometimes you don't get 10 zombies in one. Besides you doing the side missions and all that. See, right here it is. Get 3 or more critical hit kills repeatedly. Now there's telling you to get 3 of them. And this one tells you get 2,500. What's the point of getting 3 10 times and you gotta turn around here and get 2,500? Well, if you notice, I got all them completed. See? All them's done. Then you gotta get this. Get 20 or more kills with the gun I'm using without getting hit 10 times in zombies. So you gotta kill 20 people without getting killed. Well, 20 zombies without getting killed. Well, without getting hit. They can't smack you or nothing. Because if they smack you, it starts your 20 kills back over. So that's pretty much like a, what was it called? A merciless killing or something like that. Not a bloodthirsty, but it's on higher up. I can't remember what it was called. You get like 5, then you get 10, then you get 15, then you get 20, then you get 30. 30 is an unstoppable. But if you get that in this game, then you know you're cheating. Because that's the only way I got it in any other game I played, is when I got a lot of friends in the same lobby and we go around letting letting one person kill everybody. And that's the only way we got it. But PlayStation don't know that. Apparently, that's because they keep on putting it on there. Because a lot of this stuff on here you cannot get without cheating. You have to cheat to get a lot of these. Even camping you can't do it, because you can always get killed by somebody throwing a grenade at you or coming up behind you. There's more than one way around everything on this game. The only way you can get it if you go off the map or under the map and kill people, or you play with a bunch of friends and let one person kill the whole team. That's the only way you can do it. And that's why now, I think, is the reason why now every time you play a game, they automatically switch your lobbies. Because you can't play with your friends and all that. Because there ain't no way you can get no 30 kills without dying in any of these games. Without cheating. You'll have to cheat to get them. And believe me, I got friends that are real good at these games. I'm talking about real good. And they can't get 30 kills without dying. Bloodthirsties, they're easy to get, because the only thing you do is camp and shoot 5 people and you get them. And maybe, if you're lucky, you can get up to 10, but it usually don't work that way, because they see where you got they killed you at, then they come up behind you, knife you, or shoot you from behind. But anything more than that, you'll have to camp or go invisible, because there ain't no way you can do it without it. That's just a part of the game. But what gets me is that's some of the stuff you got to do on there. That's even some of your calling cards. But people's getting them, but the game is not picking up. The only way they're getting them is by cheating. So if you get some of the, my opinion, if you get some of the camos, I mean the calling cards that shows up on here, there's only one way you can get them, is cheating. See, I'll show you an instant. I think that's the game mode. I say if you get very lucky. See, I still got an X field. I still gotta get out of there. I ain't got all that calling cards yet. See what I don't get right there? It says heal yourself or other players for over 100 health. You pretty much gotta get almost killed before you can get that. You gotta be down like in the 10s, or I even say down in the 90s. But usually if you get that low down, one hit, you're dead. That's if you get the stimulus shot, or whatever it's called. There's just a lot of this stuff does not make sense. Well, in zombies, it's not that hard. But in multiple players, it's freaking hard. Let's see if I can switch it over to multiple players. Multiple players. Career. Let's see if I can. I only got one kill underwater. I don't know how I got that. Kill 25. Oh, that counts for any frag grenades, not just certain one. I ain't got none of them is because I don't use smoke. Because I don't use smoke because their thermal goggles they use on here, I think they're off. Because you can hit them right there with the scope down, aiming down the sights, and you still can't get them. I can't. That's kind of hard to do because then you got all these modders and hackers and all that with modder controllers and all that, so it's hard to damn do that. Except if you get lucky enough to get in the lobby with everybody using regular controllers, but this is Black Ops. There ain't nobody in these games that got regular controllers or without mods. Now on here, on 4, you're allowed to use modder controllers. But if you go to 3 and you get caught using them, they can ban your account. I think it's bull in a way, because what's the use of doing for one system and not all? I got that one because I kind of cheated. Well, not actually cheated. I just seen a tank come down, so I threw my C4 on the tank and just sat back and wait for somebody to climb in. And actually, somebody climbed in it, and it wasn't a teammate. Because usually a teammate's the first one that jumps in there and drives off with it. I just got lucky that one time, dang on, the enemy climbed in there besides a teammate, and I blew him up in it. See, there we go. This is what I was talking about earlier. You get 5 kills. It's called a bloodthirsty. You get 10 kills. It's a merciless. That's it. It's a merciless kill. When you kill 10 enemies without dying. Then you got your ruthless. 15 kills without dying. Hey, I got that. Okay, now how did I get that one? And that one, but I didn't get that one. How did it win from dang on? Okay, I got 8 and 10 kills without dying, and it doesn't show how many of them I gotta get. But I skipped the 10 and went straight to the 15 and got that trophy. If you'd have got the 15, wouldn't you automatically get the 10? I don't get it. And that one's hard to get because sometimes you don't get people that runs 3 or more. But sometimes you do. You might get maybe 1 or 2 of them, and the third one always keys you because you got to stop and reload. That's hard to do, to get 4 kills at once. I even got lucky to get 3, more likely 4. Because they don't count when you gotta stop and actually load your gun. See, there's a lot of stuff on here that just don't make any sense to me. And what's the whole point of a squad? How do you know if you killed the whole squad? Is what I don't get on that. And the feed cam, I got that one time. But not killing 4 people, or what that says. Earn 5 quality feed medals. Killing 4 people in a kill cam. I done that one time, but it showed somebody else kill cam. Because I remember killing 4 people back to back because I kept on running out there. And I kept on shooting them. And dang on. And another guy got in the kill cam by shooting 3 people. I don't never shoot from the hip if you can't tell. Because I always got to aim down my sights because my guns don't shoot like everybody else's on this game. They can shoot from the hip and they don't actually kill you or actually hit you. Every time I try to do it, my bullets go all the way around them and never actually hit them. Just like that right there. Get 4 or more kills with a single use of a player's controller or player's targeting score streak 5 times. That's like UAV plane up, I guess, because it targets them. It targets the enemies. I can't think of what else targets them. But I can't get it because they don't, I don't know why. It just don't get it. Count them. I should have had that one completed because I usually hit almost everybody with my gun. A lot of them I run up there and hit them with, just to hit them with my gun. I don't know how I get that because I ain't never stuck nobody. I can't never stick them. I always miss them. But apparently I got 7 of them. Killing an enemy close range, wouldn't that be the same as a butt kill? Or a knife kill or whatever? I got 29 of them, but I got 52 of them. I don't get it. Or except if I shoot them instead of they don't hit them, but usually when they're that close, I try to knife them. That usually don't never work on me. You can tell I only got one because of dang on. Every time I go and pick up an enemy's gun, by the time I pick it up, cock it, and anything, I get shot. Get a bang shot off with a tomahawk, really? Usually when you throw a tomahawk, they don't work. Get a long distance kills with a tomahawk. Kill 2 or more enemies with a single bullet. Really? If you get that, you definitely dang on cheating. Because I get them lined up all the time shooting them, but my bullets don't go through both of them and kill them. It drops the first one, then the second one will drop. They don't never drop them both at the same time. Kill 100 enemies that are shooting at you from... I do that all the time. Everybody on this game is hiding behind something to shoot. Surprised I ain't got that one. They always shoot me from behind. That don't ever work because they sit there and hold it, and every time I try to throw it back, dang on, it won't work. It blows up in my hand. I should have already had that one done because everybody used damn tactical mass. I got something right there. I don't know what that is. So that's what I don't get about these right here. What's the point of having these? You have to have a perfect game probably to unlock any of them. You probably gotta get nothing but kills and no deaths to unlock any of this shit in here. You probably gotta kill like 40 people to get them all unlocked. Or whatever, because you don't know what it is you gotta do. And I guarantee it ain't gonna be easy. But sometimes this game just don't make no sense to me. There's some stuff in there that you can do, and there's some stuff in there you can't do and wishing you can do. I still didn't look at my gun. I think I did. I ain't sure, but I can't remember. Couldn't remember what I needed to get. Critical kills. Every time I shoot a zombie, it's a critical kill. Something bit me in my leg, and it's burning. See what I'm talking about? My camera, my scope views on my gun, on my scopes. I got pretty much all them done. And in the whole class, all the scopes counts as the same one, because they all use the same scope. Like all my assault rifles, they all got the same scopes that you can attach to them. The only thing I suck with is the iron sights. I suck with the iron sights. I ain't no good with the iron sights. I might use that one. Maybe it make my sights a little bit easier to aim at them. What level? Oh, that gun's maxed out. I just gotta get the camos. I guess since I dang on get done with this one, I think this right makes my 5th one. I better go check. I don't want to be safe than sorry. I forgot where I had to go to get it. Look at it. I killed 5,000 enemies with this gun. Unlock 35. Okay, ain't got too many. So I gotta unlock all the camos to get that. Then that makes that 2. Then I gotta get 5,000 kills using this gun, and that makes that 3. There it is. I gotta get one more. Unlock gold camo for 5 assault rifles and zombies to get that one. That's why I'm working on my camos to get them all done. Then I gotta get 5,000 kills with the assault rifle, but it doesn't. That's the only one I see with 5,000, and that's with assault rifle by itself. But you gotta get 5,000 to get that. And see, that don't make no sense. And I'm using the assault rifle. That's the gun I'm working on now, is an assault rifle. So pretty much, if I get the 5, that's what I don't get. You gotta get 5,000 kills with this gun in zombies. Then over here it's saying you gotta do the exact same thing, but just with assault rifle in zombies. But why is this right here saying I got over 5,000 kills? But right here it says I only got 2,634 out of 5,000. And that one I got 40,000 kills with an assault rifle. I guess I was talking about all of them. So I was just talking about the gun I'm actually using. Yeah, I see it now, the F there. Okay, I got it. Just I get one more golden assault rifle, then I can get that calling card right there. Then I gotta go and do the rest of them. So I gotta do all of these guns. Right now I'm on that one. I done did 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Well, this right here makes the 5th one. Then I gotta do that one, that one. Then I have 2 more to go to get that camo. I'll show you the camo I'm talking about. I'm talking about that camo. That purple one right there. That dark ether, whatever it's called. See, I gotta unlock diamond camos for all weapon class in zombies. Right now I have them, the gold ones, when I get this one done. Then I get that purple one right there. It makes the whole gun purple. But to get that purple one that moves and all, you got to do all your assault rifles, all your submachine guns, your light machine guns, all of it. You got to do all of them to complete all of the camos on that to get the purple ones for every single gun class. So yeah, sure, you got to go to another gun class. Okay, there's your submachine guns. Yeah. See, right now I only got 3 camos for this gun. And I ain't got none of them gold because I ain't worked on these yet. And you also got to do all of them in this class on your submachine guns to get that color for your guns. Oh, I figured it might show the color on it, but it didn't. But that's what the color is. So that's what I'm trying to unlock in here. I started doing it in multiple players, if you couldn't tell, but you see all the stupid crap you gotta do on there. And it's even harder to get the camos in there. You gotta be a very good camper or a very good cheater to get them camos. See, I ain't got none of these. Hey, I got 3. I can't say I ain't got none. And that's a submachine gun? Almost look like they on one of them big boy guns. Look like one of... I ain't got none of them. One of them light machine guns. Well, the reason I got these guns on there and a lot of them in the same class is because I don't want to change my gun out and I had to go. Then I had to go back and reset up my classes, so I just jumped down here and put in one of these classes because I always use the first one anyway. On every class I always set it up to my first gun. Like right now I'm doing my assault rifles. This is how I make it easier on me. And if I'm working like on my submachine guns, I put it in this first custom class. And that's what I use in that class. And that's the slot I use. So when I go into the game, I ain't got to hurry up and find me a gun. I know exactly which one I want. Well, the one I'm working with. So damn, with these is the ones I like get out the wall or out of the chest, or a zombie or somebody drops them and I pick them up for a backup weapon. And when I run out of ammo for my primary weapon, I use my backup weapon. I don't use nothing but that gun I'm working on, until I run out of bullets. I don't buy the bullets because the zombies will drop them, and you also got a secondary weapon. The only time I buy the actual bullets is when I really need to. When I'm out of bullets in both of my guns, then I go and buy them. But usually you don't have to until you get way up there. Or sometimes you get in a bad mood and you can't shoot straight. But mostly the only thing I do is work on my guns on here and shoot zombies and pretty much play around. I don't know how many they own. I got enough for one. Let's see what I want to do. I ain't got enough to complete that juggernaut. That's what I don't get. What's the use to having a limited time of movement? Then it takes it away. And higher round you get, zombies are getting a whole lot dang quicker. You know what? I'm just going to work on my speed cola because dang on, I'm going to need it more than anything else because dang on, zombies on there, boy, they get really fast. And I do mean they get real fast. Well, you can notice in the games that I play, even backing up or even running, I turn around and they're still right there in my face. I think he has one more and I have that one done. The quick revive, the quick one, it's pretty good. Now, why do I want to do that? Kill an enemy while down will reveal you and remove quick reveal perk. Why do I want to remove a perk? I might be reading that wrong. I done told y'all before I can't read all that good. Damn, I might need to get that. I can reload, fire and reload with using full speed. I might get that one next. The one is that like 100? It just says a 1 with a period. I gotta go see something. So pretty much everything's still in the Ford. So that's why I'm still getting all the 4 perks, because I ain't got them all out of there yet. When I get all them, I quit getting them perks, because I noticed I got everything out of the first slot. I don't get them no more. So if I get everything out of this 4 and the second one, I start getting nothing but the last one. Okay. That's where it won't split up every damn thing. But you got pretty much buy them anyway. But sometimes I forget to go in there and look. Because I forget where they at. Well, I better start playing before anybody get online that interrupt. It's already 1:15. And I already been on here for 56 minutes. Just talking. Well, I'm trying to explain it as best as I can with people that actually don't have the game or don't play the game. They can get the idea of what to do when they actually get the game. Of everything they have to do. It's just a lot of work playing these games. Some people just get on here and just shoot them. Really? Hang on, I bet not. They don't made it. Had to reconnect my controller and my headphones again.
All teams, field ops deploying an outbreak zone. Ready to work.
This is Dr. Strauss. One of my Ethereum harvester
One thing
teams
sucks
is not
about this
responding to my
game here,
radios.
once you
We'll
kill the
investigate,
zombies,
Doctor. Strike team sending you the coordinates.
you'll actually have to run in there and pick up the equipment. So you can't do like I'm doing, or kill them before you go down there. Better chance of you surviving. You got better chance of surviving if you shoot them from a distance. Like if you're working on your sniper classes, you want to shoot them in a distance because it gives you more time to reload your gun and everything else. But if you can see, I shot them and ran all the way down here. The only thing I got was ammo. You'll get more ammo than you will anything else on this game. I've got my turning classes a whole lot faster. I might as well go ahead and go down here and kill these guys, because ain't no use come on all the way back down here. And they got these guys spread out so freaking far apart. Okay, maybe I should have just stayed with the dot. It made it a whole lot easier for the headshots. See, that's 2 critical kills. It's 3 critical kills. But I bet you I go back on there, I won't have them. Because that's how this game is. It only gives it to you when they want to give it to you. So like I said before, all my shots is pretty much critical shots. See, I missed that one, missed that one, missed that one. But if you can see, I got it aiming straight at their heads. On every shot. See, where's my critical shot in that? You see what I'm talking about now? My eyes are burning. Oh, they're really burning. Ugh. And they wonder why people are going blind. You can't get a critical shot on the dang old dog. See, I ain't shot the dog dead in the face and still can't get a critical shot on a dog. So this game right here is pretty much made for... Really? You gotta pretty much be up on these guys to kill them where you can get your equipment. You can't sit back and do like I do and shoot them, because the time you down shoot them and you get down there, all the stuff is gone. Because if you noticed earlier right in here, I didn't notice it until it disappeared, that there was something there. Two critical back to back. All them guys just for that little bitty box. Okay. That's plenty. And all them zombies in there, not a single thing. Now the first ammo, armor, you ain't gotta pay for it, but if you want any more armor, you actually have to pay for it. And it costs you straps too to do it. Well, I was gonna let him keep it running. I'm better off waiting until I get closer just in case he does drop something. See, like that. Seems like further away you are, more you get drops. But if you actually watch, now watch. Well, I probably got this one. Now usually you won't give it to me. So the time I get up here, they go away. But you notice they give it to me when there ain't hardly nobody around. And look, all them zombies I killed got double points. I'm only up to 3,000. What's the point of having double points if it ain't going to hardly give you shit? And every so often you get lucky enough to get dang on anything else. What makes this game bull. Sometimes you can get enough of all your straps down at the bottom right that you need to level up your gun. But when you get it legendary, if you ever get it legendary, damn good for you. Because I ain't never got my primary weapon legendary. Because by the time I get to the parts, dang on, I be so high of a level, I get killed. See, it gives me more green ones than it does anything else.
Weapon claimed.
I'd jump. I hate these double guns. If I get a pistol, I was going to use the one. I only do this because damn, it's part of the damn calling cards or something. I can't remember. And I can't remember what I got to do with the double guns. Besides get kills. I don't like them because you hip fire, see? And ain't none of these hip fires are actually accurate. So if you get lucky enough to actually hit them. See how I got the dot right there at them? My left gun is more accurate than my right one. As I noticed that. Now watch, I use my right one. There's the white dot. See? And a shot to from my left. So I'm going to start using my left more than my right. See how good it is for long range. See, I got it aiming straight at him. So my right side is more for my... Look. So these right here is pretty much for close range.
Zombie destroyed.
Now look, yeah, fucking double kill.
Headshot.
I mean double points.
Soy un salvaje.
So these guns right here are pretty much made for close range. Let's go ahead and reload them. These guns are alright if you like close encounter. Closer you are, the better they are.
Someone.
That's what I like about this assault rifle. It's made for close range, short range, long range, whatever floats your boat. Me, I like the long range.
I feel good about my win.
Stupid dog, where did you come from? Told you as soon as I start playing, you can be on here. Well, at least I ain't too far ahead. You can still join and get some kills. I usually don't get that until the very last zombie dead, because it gives me extra points. So this whole game ain't nothing but about points. The more points you have, the better chance you get for dang on leveling up. And not only that, dang on better chance of you getting anything out of it. See, I done all that shit for pretty much nothing.
I blew your head off.
Good, I couldn't find out where you was at. I knew you was over there somewhere. That's why here's what I think the game's a ripoff. Because it knows that you need all that stuff to level up your guns. But they ain't gonna do it because they don't want to make it too easy. Really?
Here we go.
I get these stupid 6-shooters. The reason why I got them, for one, I'm not pack-a-punching them or nothing. I'm just leveling them up because I hate dang look. It's pretty much like a shotgun. That's all this gun is pretty much a shotgun. Closer you are, better off you be. stupid zombie. If you can't tell, damn, I actually got a motor controller, and that's why my right one double shoots and my left one shoots one time. In a way, it's a good, but in a way, it kind of sucks. For one, because of damn this guy, I don't think you need one shot. If you can hit him with one freaking shot. See what I mean? Sitting here shooting straight through this mug and he won't let me hit him. He's one of those bitch. How many times I gotta aim at you? And they wonder why I hate, look, sitting here, now watch. Sitting here aiming right at him and can't hit him. I used 3 bullets. Trying to hit a damn zombie 2 feet in front of me. If y'all gonna make shooting games, make them damn look. Never fails. Well, I already know these pistols right here sucks anyway. You actually gotta be right up on these damn pistols with right up on them. They're just pretty much running around with a shotgun, but it's a pistol. And besides, at least I'm getting my kills with a pistol now. Usually I run from pistols. I hate pistols, especially these dang 6-shooters. See what I mean? See how many bullets I went through just damn kill him?
Back to hell with you.
Please give me something better than a damn pistol. Really? Now maybe buy a gun off a damn wall. But I sure the heck will if I got to. One thing I like really about the pistols is the speed. See how fast I can run with the pistol? Switch over to the assault rifle. Now look how quick I slow down. Bring back to my pistols. It's the only thing good about damn pistols. You can actually run like crazy. I try and give my friend enough time to join if he's going to join. Let's see. Nope, he's over there playing Black Ops 4. Well, you know what? Let me end this game. I might go over there and join him. So I'm gonna close this live stream and come back And come back on Call of Duty Black Ops 4. Right now I was playing Cold War, but now I'm gonna go to 4 because a friend of mine's on there. And I don't think he plays his heist on there. I always hate a heist. It's actually the only good part about heist is one thing. You start off with a pistol. But that's also the sucky part about it. I ain't no good with a pistol. But the reason I like it is because of dang my back. Oh, I think I twisted the heck out of my back. Oh, I kind of hurt it. The only good part about it is everybody's got a pistol. Not just certain people. Everybody's got a pistol. That's the only good part about the heist, because everybody starts off with a pistol and you get the exact same pistol, except if some people goes on there and buys a different pistol starting out. But I don't. I get my extended mag and my ammo, because I go through a lot of ammo. Unlike the other multiple player games that you go on there and play, everybody's got stronger, better, faster guns than yours, so you really don't have advantage. But in heist, the only good part about heist is everybody's equal. You get the same guns that everybody else can buy. You get the same thing that everybody else can buy. That's the only good part about heist. That's the only game that I played so far that made everything equal. Yeah, some people's got faster fingers, can shoot the gun a whole lot faster and all that, and sees you before you do. But you cannot get mad about it because you know it's an equal game. Because they're using the exact same gun that you are using. They're using the exact same gun, the exact same attachments, everything is exactly the same. Whatever they got, you can get. Whatever you got, they can get. That's the only thing about heist that actually makes kind of sense. Now, you can go through the whole thing with nothing but a pistol, or you can go in there and buy you any kind of gun you want. But it's got a limit of selective of what guns you can get. And limited attachments. But every single one they put on there is actually good attachments. The best that you can get. But everybody's got the exact same thing. There's no bonus, like, for instance, like team deathmatch. I go on there with a pistol and everybody's in there with LMGs and they on assault rifles and light machine guns, and they got more of an advantage because they got all that better equipment than I do, or that higher level. See, I restarted mine. Even in level 1 you still get better, you get all your guns because you're in heist. Now if you go and play like on level 1, just say you just prestiged and you go to team deathmatch or domination, you only get whatever gun they give you starting off. You don't get to go in there and pick your gun. But in heist, you go in there and you can get any gun you want that you can afford to get in there. That's the only bad part about it. You actually gotta have the money to afford it. But it starts you off at 500, so you can get another pistol, or you can get one attachment and all your ammo, or you can get one of your perks like speed cola. I can't think of the rest of them, but everything in there is pretty much balanced out even. There ain't nobody got a better advantage of you or anything. That's the only thing I like about heist. And the part I don't like about heist is once they shoot you and you go down to your knees. And a teammate can revive you. Or you have to shoot them until they're completely dead. In a way that's good, in a way it's bad. And the part I don't like about it is when you go down and a teammate comes over there and revives you, then the enemy comes around and shoots both of y'all. There's them a double kill. Then the other thing I don't like about it is when you go down, you can't come back until the end of the match. Once you're out of the game, you gotta sit there and wait for everybody else to get killed or whatever. In a way, it's kind of good because it gives me no time to rest. Rest my fingers and rest my eyes. That's what I'm doing now. That's why I'm still here talking, because my eyes are hurting and I'm smoking a cigarette. I don't like smoking and playing at the same time because of these roll-up cigarettes, you gotta actually watch them. The fire falls off of them. But that's the bad parts about heist. The other bad part is everybody on that game's pretty much modders. What I mean by modder is there's like, if you're playing on a computer, I noticed a friend of mine on YouTube, he plays Call of Duty 4 off of his PC. But I sit there and watched him one time just to see the difference of the actual game from a PlayStation and a computer. The big difference from a computer than a game system is the game system, you got to actually use your hands to actually aim on the person that you're trying to shoot. But on a PC, their aim assist is a whole lot better than the PlayStation's aim assist. I can be aiming 20 feet away from you and I aim down my sights, it won't go to you. But if I'm right beside of you and aim down my sights, it automatically aims at you. But on a PC, they got a longer distance that can actually aim on you, because you got certain buttons you gotta hit. But they put them all on the same system. And it makes it a whole lot easier on a paid computer than it is a PlayStation. PlayStation, you got all these buttons you got to push. PC, only thing you got to do is a mouse and maybe your left and right key. I mean, front or back. You got to move forward or backwards. That's it. So far, I've seen that I understand on the game. He wasn't actually sitting there explaining everything, what you got to push and what does what. He didn't actually explain all that. Like I explain on here, on mine, of everything that I do, like my camos and all that. I try to explain as best as I can. And so so I try to explain the best as I can, but I try not to get sidetracked, but it's kind of hard because I get sidetracked very easy. I got a chemical imbalance in my brain that kind of stops me from focus on what I'm doing or what I'm saying. And even playing games, if you actually pay attention or actually notice, or sometimes I pause in the game because I forget what I'm doing. Especially in zombies, because you got so much stuff you got to do in there. Okay, what was I doing? Well, what was my purpose of what? I do that a lot, and it messes me up. And it messes me up a lot, and that's why I get killed a lot. Is because by the time I realize what I'm doing, I'm dead. It does it to me all the time. It's just harder for me to focus, is what I'm trying to say. It's hard for me to focus. I'm just trying to finish this cigarette before I go over there. And I done forgot what I was talking about anyway. My eyes are starting to hurt and I'm starting to get a headache. I noticed one thing when I play these games. I get the camos unlocked, but if you ever noticed in all my video games, I don't never use them. I don't never put camos on none of my guns. Even when I'm playing in multiple players, I get the camos, but I don't use them. I know it helps you and all to hide, but in a way, it really don't. Because once you shoot somebody, that automatically tells you where you are. It's just, I don't know, a whole lot of crap to do on all these stupid games. I know some people, like my friend that I play with on here, usually he don't even prestige. He get to level 55 and just stay there. He don't prestige. Because he just gets on here and just kills everybody. He's not worrying about his camos and none of that other stuff. He just gets his kill. He just gets on here and kills people. I used to be like that too when I first started playing. Then I started realizing, okay, I got a whole lot more stuff I can be doing than just shooting people. And that's what gets me killed. Because I'm trying to get my camos, like, in multiple players, you gotta get so many headshots to get your camo for that gun. Or you gotta get so many kills without dying for that gun. Now, usually when I first played it, I just did nothing but straight shoot people and get my kills, and that's it. And I didn't even care about the camos until one day I noticed something keep on popping up in the middle of my screen. And that's when I see you unlock such and such camo. I was like, okay, how'd I do that? And so I went and checked it out, and then I seen all that other stuff on here. Like where I'm at now on here is all these camos, and I seen what all I had to do to get them. I like, okay, I'm gonna try that. So ever since I tried to get my camos, that's all I've been doing. That's the reason why I get killed way more than anybody else on my team, because I try to get my camos, not just the kills. I see everybody running around here with these red shining guns and everything. I think it's pretty stupid in a way of why you want that in a war game, and the whole point of it is pretty much hiding and try to get your kills. But for me, I don't hide. I run out there and try to kill them, and that's what gets me killed. I ain't got no patience. I never did have patience on anything. Like, for instance, if I gotta go to the store and I ain't got no car or nothing, I don't even have a driver's license, I gotta wait for somebody to take me to the store. I can't stand that. So I get in my little mood and I just walk to the store. And what I mean by walking to the store, where I'm at right now, my nearest store is a little gas station. It's like 2 miles up above the road, up above my house. I gotta walk 2 miles to the nearest little gas station, and it really don't hardly have nothing. It's got your main store things in there. You got your snacks, your drinks, and cigarettes and shit like that. Oh, my ears. Hello? That's the reason I hate phone service. That's who called me, my phone company. Tell me I gotta go pay my bill. No joke. I can't pay you if I ain't got the money. And I can't pay you if I ain't got a ride there to pay you. Quit calling me. You'll get the money when I get it. And when I get a ride there. I know what I gotta pay. You stupid people. It's like I said earlier, people don't have common sense anymore. I know the bills I gotta pay. I pay them every day on month. I don't need nobody to remind me what I gotta pay. Some people just, man, they wonder why I stay by myself. That's why usually I'm by myself. I just can't deal with non-common sense people. I just think it's funny. Just like my wife's sister, I love her to death though. She's a trip. I love picking on that woman. But what I mean by common sense is she's book smart. Literally book smart. You put any math problem or anything in front of her, she can tell you anything about it. But common sense, she ain't got none. No disrespect, woman. I love you to death. Dang on. She's just a trip. I love aggravating that woman when I stayed up there. She's a real hoot. I'll never be bored around her. I can say that about her. I'll never be bored around her. Man, she's real freaking smart. That's what's so funny. It's like everybody I know is book smart is actually really dumb. Because the only thing they know is whatever they learned in school and in books. I never did figure that out. But you cannot survive without a high school diploma. So pretty much you got to have a high school diploma because you already being brainwashed, in my opinion. Because that's the only thing they doing is brainwashing you. You actually sit there and think about everything you learned in school. It actually ain't got nothing to do with the world today. It's like history, for instance. Why do I care about what happened in the past? That ain't got nothing to do with me. I wasn't even thought of or even born then. Why'd I care about who takes over what country? It ain't got nothing to do with me. The only thing I know, it's already here. So what do I care about who found it or who got it? There's just a lot of stuff in school and I never did make sense out of. Now math I can understand because you need it in a lot of things. And spelling. But history I never did get the hang of it. Who cares about the past and all the bullshit and drama back then? Hell, we got that still to this day. We still got racism to this day. Why? Because nobody can get over the dang past. Everybody still lives in the past. That's what's wrong with this world now. That's the reason why we got history in school where everybody can relive everything that happened back then. And they wonder why there's still hate to this day. Because if you ask, I remember when I was in school, they was talking about the slavery and all that bullshit in school. But why do you want to put that back into these kids' heads to this day to relive everything back then, and they wonder why they still hate to this day? because y'all putting that stuff right back into their heads. At a young age at that. I learned that when I was in junior high school. I didn't know what slavery was and all that stuff until I went to school. And the bad part about it is, my teacher that was teaching me this, she was a nicest teacher ever. That's the only class I never did skip. I put it that way. Because she was always nice to me. She never did look down at me because I couldn't read or nothing like that. She never did look down at me or never did judge me. She tried to teach me the best she could, but she also had other students. But what I was going to say earlier is that when we got to the history part of the slavery and all that, my teacher was actually color. And she was trying to teach his class the best as she could without getting mad. Because I know for a fact she got mad. Because I got mad. I got so mad about it when I learned about it, I walked out of my classroom. Literally, I walked slap out of my classroom. That made me so freaking mad about what they did back then. And to this day, if you actually think about it, it's still going on. Because they don't know how to let shit go. Me, I don't live in the past. I live in now and into the future. I don't care what my ancestor did back then. I don't care what I did last week. That was last week ago. I don't remember none of that because I don't want to remember all that. I don't care about what's in the past. There's a lot of shit I've done and I wish I didn't do, but that's life. I moved forward. I don't live back then. And they wonder why there's still racism in this world today. Go back to school and they don't actually listen to your history teachers. Listen how they talk and it, what they say and all that. And how they try to explain it. And they wonder why there's so much hate to this day. That's why there's so much hate to this day. Because they teach you that in school. And you don't actually think about it. But everything in the past, if you actually look, is all bad. You might get maybe one or two good things out of it, but how they got it is actually kind of bad of how they got it. Just like how we discovered America. They took it away from the Indians. So how's that good in any way? So does that mean I can go out here and take me a car and say it's mine? Because I took it? No, that's called on Grand Theft Auto now. It's against the law. And you got presidents going over countries, taking over their countries. Ain't that pretty much the same thing? So I can go up there to the White House, for instance, and take over the White House. Does that mean it's mine? No. I can get an army just like anybody else, but I don't. Because I got common sense. I know it's not the right thing to do, but people still does it and they don't think about it. They just do it. Just like, for instance, over there in Africa, for instance, I learned not too long ago, I was watching TV, that Africa is a really messed up place. I didn't know about it. I even watched it on HBO one time. This place that, this show that called The Worst Prisons in the World. And they actually had Africa on there. When Africa's prison. That place, it just made me drop into my stomach. It was so messed up. And everybody complaining about what's going on here. And they don't see the stuff that's actually going on in other countries. See, in Africa, their highest crime rate is not drugs, it's not violence, it's rape. That's the highest thing they got over there in, what was it? Africa. I didn't know that. And the highest bad part about it is over there, that's the highest place of HIV. Everybody knows there's a cure out here for it. But instead of giving it to the people that got it and gets rid of it, they try to sell it to you where they can make a profit off of it. Instead of saving the world, they try to make their pockets fatter. I just don't get it. If I had a cure to fucking save the whole fucking country, here, take it. It's free. Come and get it. I won't judge or anything. Come and get it. And if you actually think about it, that saves billions of other people's lives. The government don't want to do that. Why? Because we overpopulated. My opinion. Look how many people is in the United States or anywhere else in the world. We starting to run out of room to put everybody because they produce them faster than the world is actually growing. Because ain't too much longer have we had to start making houses on the ocean. Because we starting to run out of land. Because if you actually look at how much trees we got now, we ain't got nowhere near as trees we had back then to this day. Because we all got to cut them down to make more room for houses, apartments, stores, and all this other stuff to live. The world's just so messed up, and nobody actually sits back and thinks about it, or even sees it. Only thing the world does now anymore is thinking about themselves, how to make their life easier, how to make their life unmiserable. I hate to tell you this, that's why it's called life. There ain't nothing easy. Even rich people has problems. If you ain't got no problems, then you're lying, in my opinion. And if you really want to think about it, in my opinion, the easiest life you can ever have is a homeless person. The reason why I say that, because you got to work for your food, you got to find somewhere to sleep, you got to survive on your own. And those are the hardest working people that you can ever freaking find or even get. Unlike these people today, they're more lazy people than anything else. The reason I said it, because I am lazy. And I'm man enough to admit it, I am lazy. I don't like doing nothing because that involves me of doing something. The only thing I do is sit at home, play video games, or watch TV. That's it. I got people to go pay my bills. I got people to go do my shopping. Because I don't know how to do all that. And no, I don't pay them to do it. That's what you call a good friend. They don't mind helping me out. Just like I don't mind helping them out. That's the reason I don't charge them to help them do anything. Because they don't charge me to help me. I always believe you help me, I help you. You stab me in the back, I ain't got nothing to do with you. And I won't have nothing to do with you. You can be sitting beside of me bleeding to death, I'll sit there and watch you do it. That's because that's how I was raised up. Just like these kids these days, they can sit there and cuss you out and everything else, and there ain't nothing you can do about it. Shit. Social service better come to my house very quick. Because a kid ain't gonna back talks me, he's gonna have a couple missing teeth. I don't care what anybody says. It's called respect, period. Go to any kid these days, they ain't none of them got respect for anybody no more. If they don't get their way, what do? They whine and cry, throw a fit until they get what they want because they know they can do it. Back then, when I was a kid, no, that didn't pass. And I thank my mom every day for that too. She did not make me a spoiled little brat. Everything I got to this day, I work for. And I mean work. I didn't sit behind no desk or anything like that when I was growing up. I was actually on job sites, breaking in heat, in cold weather, sweating, freezing. But I still did it because I had to do it. And actually, I didn't really have to do it. I did it because, well, I needed the money. And to give me something, mostly to give me something to do. Because when I was a kid, I was nothing but a troublemaker. I got in all kind of trouble when I was a kid. I got so much stuff on my record, it's not even funny. Put it this way, I can't get my license. That's how bad of a record I got. I cannot get my driver's license. You know, I'm not complaining about it or anything else like that, because it's nobody's fault but my own. I did it. Nobody else did it. Nobody else made me do it. It's my own stupidity. It's like I always said before, you cannot fix stupid. And I never said I was smart. I was a stupid kid back then. And yes, there's a lot of stuff I regret doing, but I wouldn't change none of it. That's how I found out what was right and what was wrong. My mom, she tried her best to teach me all of it, but she was a single parent and she had 5 other kids. It's me, and 4 girls. See, there's 7 of us all together. But I didn't know about my other 2 until I got older and found out they was adopted out. I had a sister and a brother who was adopted out. I didn't know about it until I was like 13 or 14. I was in junior high when I found out. I came home and they were sitting in the house. And I was wondering who they are and what they doing at my mom's house. Then I found out that was my adopted sister and my adopted brother. But like I said earlier, I was raised up with nothing but girls. I got 4 sisters. I got 2 older sisters and I got 2 younger sisters. And now we don't have nothing to do with each other. There's a reason why all that was, because it's just the way they see things. I don't see they see. I don't see the same thing they see, put it that way. But everybody's got their own opinion and they got their own thoughts. You know how everybody always says family is thicker than blood. You ain't met my family. My family is all about theirself, put it that way. And I can't count how many times I got shitted out of my family. We can't even have a family reunion. If we have a family reunion, believe me, a police is coming. And a whole lot of them. There's just a lot of things in this world. There's nothing like it used to be back then. Back then, I didn't even have to worry about anything. It's still going on, but not as much as it does now. Like drive-bys. Back then, I didn't even hear of drive-bys or anything until I was like 16 or 17. Probably a little younger, but the only reason I say it's 16 or 17 is because I sit there and watch a friend of mine got his head blew off with a shotgun close range, and I'm talking about literally blew off because of his own stupidity. He went and got something he shouldn't have got and didn't pay the man for it, and they killed him for it. And just like I said back a while ago, nothing but greed. It's all about money anymore. They will kill your ass over money. But nobody kills over love. In a way, I don't know if that's a good thing or a bad thing. But love's supposed to be better than anything in the world, but not anymore. Money took over everything in the world now. It ain't got nothing to do with love. And I'm the walking proof of that. I don't care for money. The only reason I care anything about money because it helps you survive. That's it. It makes it a little easier to survive with money than it is not having none. But you can survive a whole lot better and a whole lot longer with love than you do with anything else. But there ain't no such thing as love in this world anymore. It's all about hate and race and money. And that's all it all comes down to is money. Even racism to this day is about money. But what gets me is they always talk about racism. But why is it always about their color? And there's more than just one race in this world. But if you ever notice, every time they say something about racism, it's always about the colored people. I'm white, so I'm a white race. Then you got Chinese races, then you got Japanese races, and all of these other races. But the only race you actually hear from is the colored race. You don't hear me going out here saying I got beat up by 5 colored guys, but you don't hear me saying that was a racism, and I literally did get beat up by 5 colored guys. But you didn't see me go on live TV or Instagram or anything like that advertising about it because I'm not racist. It just me was at a wrong place at the wrong time. It's the way I see it. It wasn't because I was white or I was on the wrong side of town, because I always went that way. I was just at the wrong place at the wrong time. I don't know if they were sitting there on the porch drinking or doing drugs or whatever, and they all just got in a bad mood and they seen me there and they all jumped me. Because I know the first time I walked by the house, they was all sitting on the front porch. Nobody moved, nobody said nothing or anything. So I kept on walking. Next thing I know, I turned around because somebody hollered. And so I turned around, and when I turned around, I had 5 guys standing right there lined up, looked like they was ready to fight. So the best thing I can do is try to talk myself out of it. So that didn't work, so that one dude swung and hit me in the jaw. And this is where I messed up at. I laughed at him. I told him he better do a whole lot better, and put it this way, all 5 of them did. But that's what's wrong with this world today. There's no such thing as one-on-one. Now they rather jump you or shoot you. Now, I think, my opinion, if it was just me and that dude that hit me in the jaw that actually disrespected me the first time, I think if he was just me and him fighting, I believe I would have really messed him up. But that's what's wrong with the world today. They don't believe on one-on-one no more. They believe on 20-on-1. Because it took all 5 of them guys to beat me down to get me away from that dude. I can understand if they was trying to pull me off of him or anything like that, but no, they was beating me with fucking baseball bats, sticks, or whatever they can get their hands on. But I still walked away with my head held high. Because I still walked away with my pride. None of them stabbed me, none of them shot me or anything like that. I was just bruised up and beat real bad, but I still walked away with my head held high. Because in my mind, in my opinion, it took 5 guys to take one little white dude down. That just shows you right there, dang on. I can't explain it. That's just, my opinion is kind of fucked up. And I can understand if I walked up and down started cussing them or throwing racism at them or something like that to make all 5 of them jump on me, but just by walking by their house and they automatically jump me, I never did see the point of that. To this day, I still cannot see why they done it. It's not like I disrespect them or anything like that. The only thing I did is just walk past their house and get to my sister's house, and it was like 12 or 1 o'clock at night. I was just trying to get somewhere to lay my head to go to sleep, and I got jumped. And they talking about dang white people. Look in the mirror. If you don't want to be dang disgraced or racist or anything like that, but if you actually think about it, there's more black on black crime than there are white on white, or white on black, or any other race. There's more black on black crime than anything else in the world. I even looked it up online. And one person gets hit or whatever by a different race, that's called racism. Look how many dang colored guys jumped on white people. How many white colored guys that jumped on Mexicans, Japanese, or whatever. And I'm not saying to all, because I got a lot of black friends, and I got respect for all of them. There's just a big difference between the ones that I call friends and the ones I don't want nothing to do with, because they pretty much trouble. I had this one friend, for instance, he was cool as shit, but his brother, he didn't like me because I was white. And the first person that pops up racism is usually the racist one of them all. Because if you wasn't racism, then why does racism jump in your mind to begin with if you're not racist? See, I'm not racist because I don't care what you are. I don't care if you're white, black, or whatever. If I'm friends with you, I'm friends with you. If I'm not friends with you, it's not because of your race. It's because there's something about you that I just don't agree on. Simple as that. I ain't got no Chinese friends or no Japanese or Mexican friends or anything like that, because most of them always says no English. Okay, then what are you doing in America with English and you don't speak it? It's not like I'm going to China or Hong Kong or anything like that. Can't speak their language, because I don't do it. Why don't I go to some other country where I can't understand what they're saying or anything about it? I can understand if, like, for instance, if I go like to Hong Kong or something, and there's a guy there that can speak English and explain to me how that country or that city or whatever, how it works, then yes, I can understand it. But I'm not going over there because I can't understand their language. That's kind of like disrespectful, in my opinion. What's the point of going to some other country and not respecting them enough to understand their language, to talk to them and everything else? No, I'm not disrespectful like that. I stay where I can understand my language or anybody else's language. But now they all coming over here and they're not respecting it enough to learn our language, because this is the English speaking country. Like I said before, I'm not racist. I just don't see the point of it. It's not like I'm going to China and living over there and not learning one China word or Japanese or whatever you call that language. It just makes no sense. Just like, for instance, I used to live down there in Florida. I lived in Florida for 3 years. And when we moved down there, this guy that a friend of mine knew that I was staying with. He knew him, so he got us a job working with him. But he had Mexicans working with him. Only one Mexican out of 15 that can speak English. Think about how hard that was for that one guy to teach all them guys of what we were saying. Now, if them 15 other guys wasn't there, he probably would have got his job done better and faster than sitting there trying to explain what we was saying to them than it was to get them to do what they need to do to make their money, you know what I'm saying? Not like we control them or anything like that, or however you want to put it, but you got to learn what you got to do to do your job, for one. So he was trying to sit there and explain to them 15 guys of what they got to do. Because when I say working, I mean roofing wise. I was like 12 years old when I started roofing. So this one guy got to teach these 15 other guys of explain to them of what they got to do to make their money. Like, they got like probably 5 roofers in the whole clan, the whole 15. They probably got like 5 roofers. So he's got to sit there with them 5 guys and show them what house they got to do, what type of roof they got to do to the roof. Then you got the other 5 guys, probably like the ground crew. They got to keep the grounds clean up. So he's got to show which house they got to keep clean and everything else. And then you got these other 5 guys is got to give the guys the shingles, that carries the shingles up and gives them to them. So he's got to explain to which house that all these guys got to do, and what part they got to do. I just feel sorry for that dude. Now, if they would have done English, it'd have made their job a whole lot easier and a whole lot faster. It took a half a day for this guy to teach these 15 guys of what they got to do to get them to start to working. And while we was sitting there waiting on him to explain all this, we wasn't getting paid until we actually started working. So a half a day we lost our pay just because we had to wait to him to explain all this. And no, I'm not racism, and I'm say it again, I say it 15 million more times, I don't care. I'm not racist. It just, parts of it I just don't understand. I know in their country they probably have it worser. That's the reason why they come to America, because it's easier, put it that way. And you got so-called freedom. The reason why we say freedom is because we can do more than other countries are allowed to do. And we got pretty much easier life compared to other countries. I sit there and watch a lot of them. Just like earlier I was talking about Africa. They got it rough, and I see one day all over here. But they getting back on that races about whites and black is what I don't get. They keep on talking about what we did to their people back then, made them slaves and everything. But what they don't realize is, how did we get them as slaves? Didn't somebody have to sell them as slaves to make them a slave? So it's really not us they're mad about. It's their own country they mad about, because their country is the ones that sold them to us to make them as slaves. But nobody sees that. The only thing they see is we put a roof over their head, we fed them, and the only thing they did was work for what they got. But ain't that what we doing today? Don't you gotta work to get what you got now? Don't you gotta work to put a roof over your head? Ain't that racism? Ain't that slavery? Because you're still doing the same thing, in my opinion. You're still working for pretty much nothing. You're barely surviving on what you're making now. The reason why I said it, because I'm on disability. I don't even make $800 a month. You know how hard that is for me to survive on? Put it this way, I got a roommate. If it weren't for him, I wouldn't have a roof over my head to this day. Because I cannot make it on my own. I can't afford to. Look at the rent these days. It's $400 or $500 a month. That's my first check. My second check is only $300, if that. Yeah, it's $300. My second check. So that's $700 right there. And that's just for rent. The power, it's like $300 or $400 here a month. That's not counting my internet, my food, because the food stamps they give me ain't hardly shit. They only give me $120 in food stamps. That's just for me to last all month. I gotta rely on my neighbors that they don't get food. If it wasn't for my neighbors helping me, I'd have starved to death. Because $120 worth of food, especially the price of food this day, is not really nothing. That's just what I can't get about racism. They all talk about racism. Okay, you're black, so what? I'm white, so what? There's no difference. They talking about over 90% of prisons is black. Did you actually go on there and look while they're in prison to begin with? It's not because they're black, it's because they did something illegal. But everybody that, like for instance, I went to prison not too long ago for something I didn't do because I looked like the guy that actually did it. They thought it was me because I guess because he was white and I was white and they think we all looked the same or something. I don't know what it was. But they try to say I looked like the same dude that did the crime, so they locked me up for it before they got all the evidence and realizing it wasn't me that actually did it. But if you actually go to prison or jail, everybody in there says they're innocent. Okay, if you was innocent, you wouldn't be in there to begin with. Because they didn't prove that it wasn't you and all this other crap. But if you was guilty, yeah, you're still going to be sitting in there until your time is up. So apparently you was guilty of something that you did. And if you was innocent, then why you telling other inmates? Why ain't you out there telling lawyers, judges, and all that to look into your case besides sitting there complaining about it? If it was me, like I did, I sit there and complain about it. I sit there and told every judge I seen walk by or every lawyer I seen walking by, hey, look into my case. There's something's not right on this and somebody's not seeing something. Why do I want to sit there and complain to other inmates that can't do nothing about it but sit there and listen to me? Because pretty much you not innocent. And I sit there and watch all kind of prison movies, and there's a lot of white people in there just as well as black. Just like over there in, what was that other country I looked at? I think it was Mexico. If you actually watch, there's actually white people in there. In their prisons. But you don't see no blacks over there because they don't go over there. There's other countries that out here is actually really racist. It's like Russia. You go to Russia, white or black, yeah, you ain't gonna like them very much. And you think we racist? Go to Russia. I bet you'll take your mind off of us white people. Hell, look at Hitler himself. He don't like no kind of race. White, black, Chinese, Mexican, or whatever. He don't like nobody. But a lot of people don't get that. The only thing they seen of Hitler is he was one race. Like, for instance, my cousin, he's a big old Nazi fan. put it that way. He's very racist. But what got me is damn when he said that he was my controller went dead again. I mean, disconnect again. But what got me is he walks around with his Nazi symbols and all his flags and all this what do you call that damn flag? Nazi flag or whatever. But what got me is you see all these people, mostly white, and yes, I'm white, but it's mostly dumbass white people that carries them. But what I don't get is why you want to follow somebody that talks about one race. And the bad part about it is it wasn't your own race that he was talking about, and everybody seen it that way. It's because like the Nazi flag, if you actually see a lot of white people got them. But what I don't get is why are you sporting them? He was talking about killing you and your whole family just because you're white. Or black, or Chinese, or Japanese, or whatever. He was only talking about one race, and that was what? Nazis. And you got these dumbasses, like I said before, nothing but followers. That's all they are, is a bunch of followers. Following him and talking about killing all the race. Okay, if you're a Nazi follower, why are you not cutting your own throat? You're not a Nazi. You're not that race. Why ain't you cutting your own throat? That's what I try to explain to my cousin. He's like, what do you mean? I said, ain't that symbol on your chest means Nazis? He said, yeah. I said, are you a Nazi? He said, no, I'm white American. I said, now why ain't you cutting your own throat since you so-called believe in it? Why ain't you cutting your throat? You're not a Nazi. Why ain't you killing yourself? Because that's what it stood for anyways, one race. It didn't have up on the Nazi American or black or anything else. The only thing it said was Nazi. So you're pretty much following a Nazi instead of your own race. What does that make you? A traitor. But don't traitors get, what do you call it? What happens to you if you trade your own country? Don't that torture you or kill you or something like that? I can't remember. But they will mark you as pretty much a terrorist. They give you the terrorist treatment for betraying your own country. But ain't that pretty much the same thing as Nazis? Because you're betraying your country to be dang Russian. So don't that automatically make you a terrorist? In my opinion, ain't that stands for terrorist? Is when you're representing another country within the country that you live in. Ain't that called terrorism? Fighting for another country. That's just my opinion. I don't know if it goes anywhere or anything like that, but I ain't trying to start no racism fight or anything like that. That's just my opinion on all of it. That's what I think and the way I see it. I just can't make the reason why people do it. That's the reason why I bring it up. I just can't make no sense out of it. I just don't get it. I just can't make no sense out of any of it, to be honest. I just don't see why people do half the shit they don't do. I forgot what the heck I was doing. Okay, it's that one, so I gotta... That's the strongest. I just can't make no sense out of none of it. I just don't get it why people do half the shit they do to this day. Just like, for instance, why do I want to follow somebody talking about raping or killing? Why do you keep on changing that? I got an extra slot up there. What's the deal? I guess with the dual guns is a totally different slot. Cause watch, I got the scope on here, but I hit the dual guns. See, I put the dual. Now it takes away my sight. But shouldn't I go into that other slot that I got free up there? I don't get it. And I can't put nothing in them because I ain't got none of them unlocked yet to do it. There's just a lot of things in this world that I can't make sense of. And if you actually think about it, it's all about the past. Everything that goes on, all the racism and all that shit, it's all begins in the past. So shouldn't that at least stay in the past and not the present? So why is it all of a sudden revealing itself again in the present? Easy. People won't let shit go. See, what a lot of people don't know is, yeah, I'm white, but what they don't know is I got Cherokee in me. I got more Cherokee than I do American, or whatever you want to call it. So I should be mad on both sides. Because one side of my family came and took over America. That's the Indian side of me. See, they want to talk about hate. I should have a lot of hate in me, but I don't. Because that's all in the past. It's just a lot of stuff just don't make no sense to me, in my opinion. And I probably won't get banned for half the stuff I said on here, because you don't supposed to talk about it or start it or anything else like that. I wasn't trying to start nothing, so don't go out here and start anything, because half the shit I say is just my opinion on it. And why is it still going on? Why ain't it already stopped by now? If they ain't no hate in this world, then why are they still here? So apparently there's hate on both sides, not just one. Because if there's hate on just one side, that shit already been gone already. Because it takes two to make a war, right? So apparently there's still hate on the other side. On both sides, actually. Just like if you go into a war, if you win or lose, ain't it over with? It's like when we attacked, what was it, Iraq or whatever, we already took over it, right? So we still over there repairing everything, fixing everything back up, make it where people can live, making it better. Why can't you do the same thing with racism? Why? Because it takes two sides to make one war. All thing it takes is one person holler out racism. That was racist. And that's going to start the whole thing back over again. Just like that woman I heard on the news, or somebody told me, I can't remember, that went in a Taco Bell or some restaurants, and they wouldn't serve her because she was drunk and started trouble. And because she was black and the woman that threw her out was white, that was racism. But ain't that against the law to go into any public area intoxicated? Ain't that called drunk in public? But instead of dang on her going to jail for doing something that she know that she did was wrong to begin with, she hollered at racism. And what happened? We got a big old war down there in Charlotte between races over one woman because she couldn't get something to eat. Just because she got drunk and couldn't handle her alcohol. And that's what it all started over, pretty much. In my opinion. I don't know. I wasn't there. That's just what I heard. She got through that because dang on, she was in there raising Cain, starting with customers or something like that, and they wouldn't serve her, and they made her leave. Instead of being a woman and leaving, she stayed there and started drama. She was, like I said earlier, a little crybaby that dang on didn't get her way, so she threw her fit to get what she wanted, and what she got instead was a big old racer war down there in Charlotte. Instead of being common sense, like I said earlier, and just leaving or getting somebody else that wasn't intoxicated to go in there and get her meal or whatever she was wanting to begin with, instead of doing that, she stayed in there and started a big old race war. So like I said, it takes one person to just do something stupid to get everybody else that loves to follow people around like puppies to follow that one person to a big old war. Same thing with the president. Look what happened. I seen that a couple days ago on the news. That, what's that president's name? Donald Trump or whatever, the billionaire or whatever he is. He got a bunch of followers, a bunch of little puppies, as I love to call them, to follow him into that government building, tore that place apart just cause he said to do it. And they all did it. But instead of Trump going to prison for starting a riot or anything like that, he's still sitting at home, while the people that actually did it is sitting in prison. Okay, I can agree that they needed to be there because of what they did, but same thing, didn't the people that was over there in Iraq that followed Saddam bin Laden, that dang on, ain't they dead or in prison or whatever too? Just like Saddam bin Laden supposed to be so-called dead because he was the leader. What are they doing with Donald Trump? Then he started that big old war dang on over there in Washington D.C. Well, not a war, but takeover or whatever you want to call it. Had them people run up in that building and demolish it and threaten people and all that other shit, but they're in prison for it. But what did they do to Donald Trump about it? Last time I heard, the last time I watched the news, because I don't watch it because it's nothing but fucking drama on there, and it shows a bunch of dumb people. And so I don't watch the news. It's just somebody told me about it, and some odd reason I turned it over there. I guess I was going to sleep, and because that's the only time I watch TV is when I'm going to sleep. I turn my TV on to where I can go to sleep better. And so instead of watching Netflix or something else like I usually do, I just flip it over to the free TV app I got. I can't think of the name of it. And so it had the news on there, so I was like, okay, I'll watch this because it bored me enough where I go to sleep. But instead, it's showing all the stuff that Donald Trump got started, and all them people that went in there and actually did it. Just cause Donald Trump got on there and said, y'all can go home, you ain't gotta do this and do all that, but don't that make him a terrorist too? Because he had a bunch of people to follow him and do what he couldn't do himself, because that's how he is. Instead of him fighting legally or mind over mind or whatever you want to call it, he had a bunch of people that actually worship him and did whatever he wanted them to do to actually go and take this building. I can't think of the name of the building that they did. It's some federal building. And they actually heard a lot of police that was actually boasted was doing their job and trying to protect that building. But instead of Trump getting charged for it, the people that did it got charged. And I think Trump did is got a smack on his wrist and don't do it again. Just cause he got on TV and said, dang on, y'all can go home or do whatever and all this, appreciate you and all this other crap. They didn't do nothing to him. Now if that was me, and I'd, like on YouTube for instance, if I get 1,000 followers, tell them, hey, let's go out here and start robbing banks, and everybody start robbing banks, wouldn't they come and lock me up because of it? Not counting the people that actually did it. But instead, they only locked the people that did it up and didn't do nothing to me. Same thing with Donald Trump. They all done all that because Donald Trump said to do it. But they didn't do nothing to Donald Trump. Why? Because he's a billionaire. He got money to pay you off. But I want to also say that it doesn't matter who you are, how rich you are, or what you got. You can't get above the law. Pretty much he got above the law, plus interest. He started a big old battle in the United States, and they don't do nothing about it because he's a billionaire. I guess he paid them off to turn their heads or something. I don't know how that worked. But it's awful funny how he's still sitting at home and the people that did it was in prison. There's just a lot of things it doesn't make sense. And they wonder why people turn against the police. That's one, because they don't do their actual job. He did something illegal. Why ain't he locked up? Same thing with, like, the O.J. Simpson case. He even walked out of the courtroom saying that he killed his wife. But they couldn't do nothing about it because they couldn't have proved it. It was on live TV. He said it all. There's all your proof you need. It came out of his mouth. They did it. He went back on TV, said to go home and whatever, all of it quitted. Still the same thing. It just don't, a lot of shit in this world just don't make sense, and they wonder why I quit watching the news. Because of all this stuff that happens that nobody is man enough or woman enough to deal with the consequences that they did and what they started. Now, if I would have done it and I know it was my fault, I would like go and turn myself in because I know I'd done something wrong. I can't count how many times I got charged or something and the police called me, hey, you got a warrant for you. Okay, I'll be at your office tomorrow morning. And I show up at his office tomorrow morning. Because if I know I've done something wrong, I can go do my time and deal with my consequences. That's just me. Now, if I didn't do it, then I'll fight your ass in court over it. And what I mean by that is because when I was younger, there's this girl trying to say I messed with her. For one, I don't mess with kids. I like older women. I never did like younger women. I'm not everybody else. I like older women. Because I want a woman that I don't have to train. You know what I'm saying? I want them to train me, and just in case something I don't know, they can teach me or something I don't know. I don't want somebody I got to teach. And I definitely don't want a kid where I have to actually teach her how to survive or whatever. So they try to say I mess with this little girl. I said, okay, I go take a lie detector test, blood test, and whatever I got to do. Find out that little girl lied on me because I wouldn't date her. Because she was actually 18, so she wasn't like a minor or anything like that. So she tried to say that I raped her or whatever, where I can get locked up just because I wouldn't date the girl. But I got out of it because I passed the lie detector test. I took the DNA test, passed all of it, because I didn't mess with her. People like that right there is going to end up getting somebody killed or sent to prison for life for something they don't do. Why you want to do that for? Same reason I asked her why she did it. Because she was mad because I wouldn't date her. I said, well, if you was a woman enough to come up and ask me, I might have would have went out with you. But now you started all this? No, there ain't no chance I would even talk to you anymore after today. And today I still ain't talked to that girl. Just because of what she did and how she approached it. Instead of approaching me like a woman, hey, you want to go out? I probably would have said yeah, or I might be in a relationship or something. But I would give you the straight answer. It's just people sees things different than other people sees. But a lot of people don't really see it until it's too late. Just like that dang war that was going on in Charlotte with the whites against the black or whatever it was. I don't know. I only caught part of it. Because I stopped watching after I seen that big old color guy sitting there with an M16 and talking about, I'm here to protect my block. Okay, if you're there to protect your block, why you're there with assault rifles that if you start shooting, you're going to shoot half of your block up and kill probably people in your block while you shoot probably one or two people. Or however many it is. But you're there to protect your block. People don't actually think about that. If you're there to protect it, why are you going to fight guns with guns? By the time you watch any war movie, by the time they got done in their war, all them buildings were shot up. A lot of innocent people was killed because of stupidity. Yeah, I want to be there to respect my block too, but I'm not going to be standing there with a gun. I want to do it with my mind in my mouth. Not with a weapon that can hurt other people. I'm going to be there spiritually and soul or body or whatever you want to call it. I'm just going to be there. I can't think of what that word actually is, but I sport it. But I'm not going to sport the gun and the violence and all that other bullshit. That's just stupid. That ain't got nothing to do with dang on protecting your block. That's protecting you pretty much, not your block. That's just protecting you. And all this bullshit they talking about, dang on police shooting people with unarmed and all this. Apparently they have something for you to shoot. Because if you come up to me with nothing but your fist and you threaten me, yeah, I want to beat you down or you going to beat me down. But if you want to come up to me with a gun or a knife or anything like that and I got a gun on me, yeah, I'm going to shoot you. Because I'm going to take them myself and my partner or whoever's around that can take a bullet, whatever comes out of that gun that you got or whatever I got. Because it doesn't matter. You can be like in the country somewhere like I am, and you shoot. I can shoot, stand out here in my front porch and shoot any direction, and there's like 3 miles of the nearest house all the way around me. It doesn't matter which way I shoot that gun, it's still going to hit somebody's house or hit somebody that is in that line of that gun before it hits the ground. People, that's just common sense. Bullet ain't going to hit one person then drop. If you're lucky enough to hit a bone, it might stop. But if you hit like shoulder or just go straight through, where do you think that bullet's going to go? Next person on. It'd probably be a kid laying in his bed somewhere, and you never know. That bullet ain't got a brain. It don't have a soul. The person with the gun, so-called, supposed to have common sense. I even thought about a couple times going to get me a gun. But then I started looking into how to getting it. Talking about you gotta take a gun safety class of how to protect the gun and all that other shit, and pay attention to your surroundings. And here you are in the middle of a damn road with a fucking gun that can go through fucking concrete walls, fucking cars and shit like that, and you talking about dang safety hazard? That don't sound like safety to me. It's just stupid. It's called common sense. Just like if you're outside hunting deer or animals or whatever to survive to eat on, you can't shoot that deer if it's inside and standing in front of a house. Or are you going to shoot it then, knowing that there's kids inside that house? Are you going to shoot that deer, or are you going to wait for it to move on further down into a clearance, then shoot it? How you going to do that if you're standing right smack in the middle of a city, surrounded by nothing but people's homes and everything all the way around you, and you're talking about you're there to protect your block? It's like, to me, you're not protecting your block. You plan on taking out your block yourself. Because once you start shooting that gun, it's not going to damn stop until you let go of that trigger, or that bullet hits something very solid to stop that bullet from moving anymore. And looking around that city, there was nothing there to stop that bullet. Them concrete walls is not going to stop that bullet from going through it and hitting whatever's on the other side of that wall. Just like I said, it's common sense. And there's a lot of people was there who was walking around there. I even seen a couple of white people there walking around. But dang on, that's because they're there for their beliefs. Now, if I was in Charlotte, I probably would have been there too. But I wouldn't be there with a gun or anything. I'm going to be there just to prove that I was there with you. But I live like almost 3 hours away from Charlotte. And like I said before, I ain't got a car, or I would have been there. But I probably would have got the hell beat out of me or whatever just because I was white. And I was on that side of the town, I probably got the hell beat out of me too. Because there really wasn't that many white people there in the videos that I seen. I seen maybe one or two guys walking around there. And nobody said nothing too. But you gotta remember, I got long hair. I got a beard. The first thing they gonna see is, and I'm white. And here I am with long hair with a beard. So the first thing they gonna think is I'm with the other side. I'm just walking through there to get to there probably. I don't know what they'd be thinking. But I promise you, they probably would have jumped on me just cause I was white on that side of town when all that shit was started up. That's all it is anymore, is damn a bunch of bull. In my opinion, it's all about appearance. It really ain't about appearance. It's the way you actually act. If you go with, like, for instance, I go to fucking China, and I don't like China people, for instance. I ain't got nothing against them, but just for saying. I got respect for all race. I don't care what race you are. You respect me, I respect you. That's the way I see it. But for instance, if I go like to China and they wearing a fucking whatever they don't like, flag or whatever they don't like, then they gonna see me as a threat. Just like, for instance, they don't like long hair, and I walk up in there and I got long hair, and I walk up over there, they ain't gonna like me just because I got long hair. That's stupid. And speaking of that, with the long hair deal, what really damn got me on the long hair and the appearance is one time I went to a church. I ain't gonna say what church is, cause dang, it's supposed to be for anybody. Doesn't matter what race or whatever. It's a church. It's supposed to be for anybody. So I went to this church one time, and remember, I got long hair, and I had a beard too, but not long. It's not a long beard. It's just real short. So I went to church, and the preacher dang came up to me. He says, "You gotta leave." I said, "Why?" He said, "You got long hair and your beard, and the way you dress, you're not capable, what's that word, proper to come to church." I said, "Okay, if that's the truth, just because I got long hair and a beard, I'm not allowed in church, then you better take that cross down, because the way it looks, that guy on that cross, he's got long hair and a beard. So you better take him and put him outside too. Because a Christian, a real Christian, doesn't matter what race, what skin, or what appearance you are, they're supposed to accept you." And I had this preacher telling me I had to leave because I had long hair and a beard. That's what I don't get about this world. It all depends on what you look like to what you can get and what you can't get. Just like, for instance, if it's a pretty blonde, for instance, walk into the White House, for instance, and she walk into the White House with no ID, no nothing, and she could have been a terrorist or whatever, she would have got through there because the way she looked. She didn't look like no kind of threat. She looked lowboy and all this other shit. She could have done it because of one reason, the way she was looked. Just like this TV show on YouTube I was watching. I just started watching it. It's funny as hell. It's called Gold Diggers. And they need more people like that dude, because I respect the hell out of that dude for what he does. He goes out here and looks for gold diggers. He sits there. What gets me is, though, he's actually not gay or anything, but he's actually nicely dressed and don't really look that bad to be a guy. But I'm not gay and I'm not judging him or anything like that, so don't get me wrong. But what he should have done was get like a guy like me. You can't attract women, instead of somebody that actually can attract them just by the way they look. Because if you actually watch the videos, they actually was kind of interesting in him. But in a way, they're trying to like play like, hard to get, like the girls always love playing. But they didn't really get into it because they all say I got an old man and all that. Because the reason why they do that is because, in my opinion, they do that to see how much you really into them, or how much you really want to fight for, in my opinion. But but what really got them to go home with him is when he got to his car. It's supposed to be this $high-dollar car. I don't know nothing about vehicles, so. But when he got to his car, that's when they all want to go home with him, give him his phone number. They even give me their email address. But they supposed to be there with their man. I'm supposed to have a man. And here this dude is with a $1 billion car or whatever. And all of a sudden they fucking want to go home with him. That just shows you right there of how much faithful the women are these days. There ain't no such thing as faithful anymore. If a better looking guy or a high paid guy is going to come up to your woman, I don't care who she is, she's going to go home with him. Believe me, I had every girl I've been with done that to me. Even my wife done that to me. Because I don't have the money that they want, and I can't spend the money I do got on them because I'm on a fixed income. Like I said earlier, I'm better surviving myself more likely anybody else. That's the reason why I'm single now. because I can't afford another woman. I can't afford a woman, put it that way. That's why I'm single. Because now women, all thing they want is somebody's going to fucking pay for whatever they want, or half the time they don't even need. What the hell you need clothes for? I got maybe 2 duffel bag of clothes. That's all I need. They're washable. I throw them in the washer and wash them again and wear them all over again. Why do I need a whole fucking closet drawer full of damn clothes for? That you only wear so far, so many times, and damn, you don't wear it again for whenever. See, I got clothes I wear up daily. I wear different days. And since I don't go nowhere or do anything, hell, I wear the same damn clothes. Because they don't get dirty or anything, because I don't do nothing but sit around the house all day, watch TV or play video games. I don't sweat or nothing to dirty up my clothes. So what's the point of changing them, in my opinion? It's just, a lot of things don't make no sense. Hang on, I've been sitting there for 2 hours now, almost 2 hours, just sitting here yapping. It's just something comes in my head and I gotta get it out. Just try to get a point out of it all. I just don't get it. I know there's gonna be a lot of comments on it and everything else about other people's comments or other people's opinions. But if you actually sit down and think about it, there really ain't no right way of saying it or a wrong way of saying it, because it's all pretty much the same thing. It's just no sense. Simple as that. It don't matter how you put it, it still don't make no sense on any of it. Why do you want to do any of it? Just like right now, talking about relationships and stuff, I got 2 celebrities. Well, I had 3, but one of the celebrities, I'm not saying the celebrity's name or anything, that I talked to, they was all interested in me and all this other shit. And they start talking all nice and everything. But me, I sit back and wait, because I know there's a point to everything. And sooner than enough, it'll come out. And all 3 of them so-called celebrities actually came out. And it's supposed to be the actual celebrities. I know there's scammers and everything else out there, but I actually pay attention of how they say things, how they act, and all that other shit. Just like, for instance, now, if they don't do a web chat with you, I don't care about video, voice chat. I want to do a web chat. I want camera to camera where I can see you and you can see me. I can talk to you through the camera and you can talk to me through the camera. Because there's so many ways that you can actually get past the camera deal. I can put it up to my computer screen and just sit there and show, for instance, like a girl on there just standing there posing and all this other stuff, and you can think it's actually me. But really, I'm a guy, and everybody knows that. But you cannot actually play off a video except you know exactly what the person's going to say and what they're going to ask and all that to answer it. Because there's a lot of times I don't ask the same question. I ask all kind of stuff. I ask stuff like, damn, that you wouldn't normally do, and some people will do and some people won't do. But a scammer, there's a lot of things they won't do and they can't do. It's like video chat. They cannot video chat with you because they can't pull that off yet. Nude pictures, anybody can pull off nude pictures. I can go online right now and get, for instance, damn, anybody, any celebrity, nude pictures off the internet. It's not hard to do. Or anybody that has nude pictures out will be on the internet. Because everybody X is bad for damn doing stuff like that. Me, I don't do it. If you send me a picture of you, damn, it's a picture from me, from you. I'm not going to put it there for... I got pictures of all my exes. Nobody sees them because I don't put them out there because I'm not that kind of a guy. As a picture between, at the time, two lovers. And that's who it's supposed to be for. That's how much respect I got for the women or even my exes. Even if we don't get along or talk no more, I still got respect for them. I'm not going to do that. Now if they do it themselves, that's on them. It's just like that last ex, me and her just separated not about 3 years ago. That's how long I've been single now, about 3 years. But her daughter texted me up one time. She said, "What are you doing putting new pictures of my mom out there?" I was like, "What are you talking about?" She said, "There's pictures on this certain website of my mom nude." I said, "I don't have none of your pictures of your mom nude. If you don't believe me, ask your mama." Because she was there when I took the pictures, and she was also there when I deleted the pictures. So I ain't got no pictures of your mom nude anymore. Because once we broke up, I deleted the pictures and all over right there in front of her where she'll know, look, I ain't got no pictures of you like that. And a good thing that I did do it, because I guess one of her exes or somebody, they got mad because she wouldn't date them because they was with me or somebody else, and jealous make you do stupid shit. I got past jealousy. Well, I'm jealous in a certain way. But the way I'm jealous is I don't believe in a woman talking to another man. Now, talking wise, like, how you doing and all this other crap, that's fine. Or how's your family and all that other shit. But when the guy's sitting there hitting on you, knowing that you got an old man, and you allow that man to keep on doing that and be like, hey, you're disrespecting my old man or my woman by sitting here talking to me like that, I don't want to be your friend or anything like that. I don't want to have nothing else to do with you because you're disrespecting, and the only thing you want is a booty call. And pretty much that's all that was, but they don't see that. See, my ex, she was bad for that. I walked to the store with her one time, and one of her friends or whatever was sitting there hitting on her. And I was standing right there, and she's supposed to be my girlfriend at the time. And she didn't even introduce me to this dude or anything, or even told him that they was dating, that we was dating. He asked who I was. She said I was just a friend. And in my mind, I was like, okay, I'm just a friend, and you sit there and say that we was dating, but we just a friend. I should have took that advantage right there and just walked away and said the heck with her. But I was caught up in, I actually really cared for that girl. Literally, I about went to prison over that girl. I about cut a dude's throat over that girl. But dang on, instead of me dang on walking away, I stood there and took it. Until he started hitting on her. When he started hitting on her, she was actually letting him do it right there in front of me, not saying nothing about it. I jumped up and I said, hey, I don't appreciate you sitting there talking to my girlfriend like that. And he got mad at me because I was defending my girlfriend. I said, okay, put it this way. Would you like it if I came up to your girlfriend and started talking smack in front of you, to her like you're doing to my old lady? Would you stand there and let me do it too? He said, no. I said, okay, then what makes you think that I'm going to stand here and let you do that to my old lady? I'm going to defend my old lady just like you would yours. But the bad part about it is, he was married. And he was a police. That's what made it even worse. And he was sitting there hitting on my old lady right there in front of me. And knowing that if I'd have hit this police, I'd have went to jail for assault on a police officer. But I'm not going to stand there and let him fucking disrespect me in front of me by hitting on my old lady. No, I'm going to defend my old lady. Period. I don't care who you are. I don't care if you're the president of the United States. You come up there and hitting on my old lady, I'm going to fucking hit you back. But dang on, and the point of it is, she didn't do nothing about it. She just stood there and let him do it. Instead of saying, hey, don't disrespect me like that. Don't be hitting on me in front of my old man, or my boyfriend, or my fiance, or whatever. That's what's wrong with these women today. They don't believe in love anymore. There is no such thing as love in this world anymore. It's all about hating what you can get out of whoever you can get whatever out of. Me, I'm not like that. I don't care who you are, what you look like, what race you are. If you're into me, then I'm into you. All in. I'm not half and half. I'm all in. I respect you and you respect me. And I do believe in dang on one man and one woman. I really do believe in that. I don't believe in cheating or none of that shit. I've been with my wife for 14 years. 14 years. Ever since I was 18, I was married. Not one time. I had a lot of opportunity to cheat on her, but not one time have I cheated on her. But then dang on, I found out. Well, I did cheat on her once. I got a daughter now because I cheated on her once. Because I found out at the time that she went and slept with some other dude. And so, instead of me jumping on that other dude, because I know it wasn't his fault, and then again, he might know that she was married, but they ain't no telling if he knew that she was married or she didn't tell him that she was married, and they still did it. But I'm not going to jump on him because, for one, he probably didn't know that she was married. Because that's how women are these days. They ain't going to tell you that they're married. Except if you got a fucking lot of money, then yeah, they gonna fight for your ass. But if you ain't got the money or give them what they want, they ain't gonna fucking fight for you. But dang on, oh god, here that shit kicked in again. I can't remember what I was talking about. Oh man. Oh, my wife cheating on me. But that one time was the only time that I actually knew that my wife cheated on me. That was the only time I ever knew that she actually cheated on me. Now, when my wife died, and about a couple years later, my brother died. When he died, that's when I found out that my wife and my brother was sleeping together. So that actually got me thinking, maybe my kids ain't really mine, and maybe they're my brothers. Because those are the only two of my kids I didn't have tested. Now my two girls I had tested. Now my two boys that I got with my wife, I never did. She never would let us do a DNA test on them. She don't want to do it. Because my opinion, I think the reason why she didn't want to do it, that they're not my kids. I think they're my brothers. But when I went back and looked at my baby pictures and my kids' baby pictures, we did look like a whole lot alike. But then I went back and looked at my brother's baby pictures. We also look a lot alike too. When we was younger. And that's why it's so hard anymore to dang on believe any relationship anymore. And ever since I started watching that Gold Diggers, it made a whole lot of sense. And there's actually people out there that really does that. I don't care what you look like, believe me, or how much money you got. You're not going to get my love over what you got, what you look like, or what you can give me. That's not love. You just paying for me pretty much. My opinion. If I got to give you money, then pretty much I'm paying for your love. I'm paying for you to like me. Sorry, I don't want to pay nobody to like me or love me or date me or whatever. Now, if it's something that you need, like, for instance, my ex, dang on, I paid her bills. I even went and got her birth certificate. I paid for her dang on driver's license. I paid for her power, her gas. She didn't pay rent because she owned the place. But I paid for all that. And I didn't say one word about it because I love the girl. And it's my place as a man to revive for my girl. But she didn't see that. She couldn't understand. I went on my Facebook account. This is how much I really love this girl. I went on my Facebook account, deleted all my females off of there. Every girl I was talking to, even girls I wasn't talking to. If there was a female that was on my Facebook account, I deleted them. Besides my family, she knew my family because she met some of my family. She knew my mom. I didn't take hardly nobody to meet my mom. She met my sisters. And I definitely don't want nobody to meet my sisters. My sisters ain't nothing but trouble. Some of them, not all of them, some of them. But dang on, that's how much I really care for this girl. I did anything for this girl. And I literally went into debt over this girl. And she got mad at me. In a way I can understand, in a way I don't understand. But she got mad at me because I wouldn't let her go to work. But she don't see my point of view, this girl. This girl cannot go to the store without a guy sitting there hitting on her. And she sits there and lets him do it. She said that's being nice. No, that's not being nice. My opinion, that's not being nice. Sitting there letting another person hit on you, knowing that you got a old man or old lady sitting at home. That's not being nice. That's being respectful to the person that you're dating. That's disrespectful. Not one time she said, hey, I got an old man. I love my old man. I appreciate it. Or anything like that. She didn't do none of that. She'll get their phone numbers and sit there and talk to them. Just like they're friends forever. But I couldn't do that. I even have female friends I knew my whole life. I quit talking to them just because they're females. And I didn't want to disrespect my old lady like that. In my opinion, that's disrespectful. Why do I want to talk to another woman when I got a so-called good woman at home? Apparently, I didn't have a good woman at home. I should have kept on talking to them. But that's just a chance you got to take with them. That's what you call love. And so I actually took a chance with this girl. And what ended up happening, I'm the one that's always getting hurt. Every girl I dated, I put a whole 110% in the relationship. Even me and my wife, we didn't get along. We argued all the time, but that's a relationship. But I still loved and respect that woman because that was my wife. And that's what it stood for, is love and respect. There's a lot of things we didn't agree on, but there ain't nobody in the world going to agree on the same thing. Because there's so much stuff in the world that's totally different. But I always give 100% of my relationships into my relationship. But now you can't get that back anymore. And I tried. I dated all kinds of women. I dated pretty women, ugly women, whatever. I don't care. And they just no respect in the relationship anymore. If another guy comes up and starts talking to them, they going to 50-50 chance they going to run off with the guy. Depends on what they look like or what they got. They want to run off with them. Because everyone I dated, it doesn't matter what they look like or anything or how much money they got. It all depends on the looks anymore. And and they all gonna run off with a better looking female or male or whatever, or whoever got the most money. I don't care what they look like, or who they are, where they're from, if they live on the streets or whatever. I don't care. If I'm into you, then I'm into you, period. If I'm in a relationship with you, I'm in a relationship. If we dating, we're dating. If we just talking, then we just talk. But everything changes, in my opinion, once you get engaged or you're married. Or even dating. But just talking, then that means we just friends. So we can see other people or whatever. You cannot get mad about it. But once you change over from friends to dating, then you're supposed to be with that one person only. There's like a couple people on my damn chat rooms. They say we want to be friends. Fine, I want to treat you like a friend. But you cannot get mad at me because I'm sitting here talking to other women. Because I'm not on them chat rooms just to talk to people. I'm on there to try to find me a relationship. Someone I can trust and I can damn love, and they can love me back with the same amount, no less, no more. But if you love me, then I love you. If you don't respect me, then I just respect you. But if you're in love with me, then I'm in love with you. But it's harder for me because, how to put it, I fall in love very easily. It don't take much for me to fall in love with you. That's honest. I'm in love with you as soon as we started dating. Because if I didn't love you when I say we'll date, then dang on, I wasn't in love with you enough to date you. But if we started dating, then that means I love you, period. Because I'm not going to dang on just jump into a relationship and say, hey, okay, we're friends, but I love you. You know what I'm saying? I don't say love you. I don't even say love you to my mom. And that woman knew to the day she died I loved her. And she knew I always have. And I always will. But I never say that to just anybody. If I say it to anybody, then that's love. I told my ex every single day that I loved her. And not one time she ever said it back. But I was so dumb in love with her, I overlooked every single sign that she actually gave me that she wasn't in love with me. I overlooked all that just to try to make her, well, not make her, but try to get her to fall in love with me back as much as I did her. But apparently it didn't work because she's with somebody else, and the person that she's with now, in my opinion, don't care for her because she lets her go out and sleep with other men. No, I don't believe in that. For one, I don't want you to go out and sleep with somebody else, and if they got something, to bring it back to me when we sleep together. No, that ain't going to work out. That ain't going to happen. I don't believe in open relationships. That's just me. I do not believe in that one bit. You supposed to be with that one person only. I know they call swingers. They're married, but they actually go out and sleep with other people. Apparently you don't love that person enough to sleep with just her. Or just him. You got to go out and get other people to make your relationship even better. And apparently, in my opinion, you didn't have a relationship to begin with. Y'all just fuck buddies, or whatever you want to call it. Y'all just sleeping arrangements. And y'all just somehow end up getting married, and then y'all done got bored of each other or whatever, and so y'all go out and sleep with other people. What's the point of staying married if y'all are sleeping with other people? What's the point of it? that ain't no love in it. And ain't marriage supposed to be nothing but love? Or engaged or even dating? I couldn't do it. I did it once and I felt so bad about it, and I went and told her. It didn't bother her, but it bothered me. I left for a whole fucking month for what I did to her. I left. I'm talking about I left everything. I stayed in the streets that whole fucking month because I felt so bad for what I did to her and disrespect to her like that, and find out she did the same thing to me more than once. Oh, I lost all the respect after that. My own kids don't even know about that relationship. My kids thought the dang on I left because I really don't know what they think. But with my wife and my kids with my wife, that's totally a different reason why I left her. I left her because of her mother-in-law. Well, my mother-in-law. She told me not to come back no more, so I didn't come back no more, or I will regret it. So I took that as a threat, and so I didn't go back. Because I know half of her family and what half of her family ran around with, and those people I'm not dealing with. I ain't talking about no bikers or anything like that. I ain't worried about no bikers, because I know how they all work. I ain't got no money or take drugs from them, so they don't bother me, so I ain't got to worry about no biker. That's the only thing a bikers for is because of the money and the drugs. And if you actually see, I watched this movie, I can't remember what I watched it on. It talks about the Hells Angels and their revivals or whoever they don't like, and I sit there and watched it. And all of it came down to was drugs and money. They was fighting each other because of drugs and money. Same thing with the gangs and all. I don't think they fight and shoot each other over is because of drugs and money. I'm not going to sit there and make money or take a chance to ruin my life just to make somebody else richer. Sorry, I'm not a follower. I'm not going to make you rich while I get poor. That's the reason why I don't work. Then I can't work. But that's the only thing working is making somebody else richer. And why they give you the pocket change. And the reason why I know that is because of my stepdad. He owned his own business. And I sit there and watched how he dang on treated his workers and how he treated his payers. And see all the money that he had left in his wallet. And everybody else that was working for him was barely surviving. Half of them couldn't even pay their bills. It's not equal. It's not even halfway equal. They're still making a whole lot more money and you're barely surviving. But you're working for this person that's supposed to be helping you. And the only thing he's pretty much doing, or she's pretty much doing, is throwing you their pocket change. Just like these big companies, now the minimum wage went up, what, $10 an hour, $11 an hour, or whatever. I don't know, I don't pay attention. But the actual owners is making a killing off of you. Even in taxes, they making a killing off of you. They getting more money just because you're working with them, well, for them. And as long as they pay you in a check, they can get that back plus interest in the taxes. So that makes them a whole lot more money. And you're barely making $2,000 or $3,000 a year, and they're making fucking $14,000 or $15,000 in a year. Not counting what they getting from the companies that they're putting out or whatever, or working or whatever. It just don't make no sense. But you gotta do it to survive. But you're really not surviving if you're making whoever you work for a millionaire or a billionaire or whatever, making their life easier while you gotta bust your butt just to make him richer. I can understand that they own the business and they put their money up to make that business, but they also gotta damn treat their workers with enough money to where they can survive. Put them in billion-dollar homes, put them in billion-dollar cars or whatever, instead of riding around these hoopties and cars are tiring up and can't afford to get it fixed and all this other crap, or getting evicted because they can't pay their rent because they're working for you and you're not wanting to cough up the money to help them out. I had a boss that actually was like that, and I quit working with him. I lost my home because he wouldn't pay me enough to actually pay my rent. That's not counting my power and everything else. So I actually lost my home because of him. Just because of greed. The only thing he seen was all the money that he was getting in his pocket. He wasn't worried about nobody else. That's any company. Any businessman would tell you the same thing. It all depends on how much you can put in your pocket. Unless you got to pay out, there's more money in your pocket. Even same thing as the president. Why do you want to pay somebody to run the government? That's the only thing I liked about Donald Trump. He didn't take their money to be president. He did it because he actually loved his country. It's not because he can make a profit off of his country. Well, for one, he didn't need to because he already had the money. That's one of the main reasons I think he didn't take it. It wasn't because he loved his country, because he didn't actually need the money. He's got plenty. He just did that to get people's votes and everything, where make him look good, in my opinion, but then it's still the same old thing. It just don't, a lot of it just don't make no sense. They don't do it for respect or anything like that. They do it because they can see that something that they can get out of it. That's all it is. If they can't get nothing out of it, they ain't going to do it. See, just like I think yesterday, my neighbor asked me to come down there and help him. So I went and helped him. But I didn't get nothing out of it, because I wasn't expecting nothing to get nothing out of it. I just did it because he was a friend and he asked for my help. So I didn't charge him or respect anything back from him. Now, if he would have gave it to me, then it would have been different. Then that would have proved to me that he respect me enough to give me something for me helping him. You know what I'm saying? But it seems like he didn't respect me enough because I helped him to give me anything. But I took the time out of my day to help him, and he didn't respect me enough to even pay or offer to pay or even give me fucking $5 or whatever for just helping, for a 5-minute help. It's just a thought, you know what I'm saying? That's just to show that he really appreciate me helping him. See, now my neighbor, he goes down there and helps him all the time, but he pays my neighbor to come down there and help him. For the last 2 days, he didn't go down there and help him. And then he called me up to come down there and help him, so I went down there and helped him. And he didn't, I guess he didn't respect me enough or whatever to give me anything out of it for helping him, or offer to give me anything. But he pays my neighbor for every time he calls him. Even go to the store, he pays my neighbor to take him to the store. And he pays him to go down there, and like a couple days ago or 3 days ago, me and my neighbor went down there and helped him split wood and stacked it up in his barn. So they paid my neighbor for him helping them, but they didn't pay me nothing for helping him, or even give me anything for helping him. But they paid my neighbor for doing it because they're family. See, my neighbor and my roommate is kin to his old lady. See, where I'm at, I ain't got no family members up here where I'm at. I'm pretty much alone where I'm at. I ain't got no, well, I can't say got no friends. I got friends because they all help me. That's why I call a friend. But dang on, I ain't got no family members up here. It don't bother me because I'm always like that anyway. I'm always been a loner. You can ask anybody in my family, they all tell you I'm a loner. I'm always staying to myself. But they help, it seems like to me, they help more of their own family, and they actually help me. Now, don't get me wrong, they do my shopping for me, and they go pay my bills and everything. But when I help them do something, they don't offer to help me, as in pay me or anything like that, for helping them do something that they pay other people to do. But don't get me wrong, I do it mostly just to get out of the house and have something to do. But it is more some about respect enough to about it to actually do it. But now, like for instance, he asked me to go riding with him, where he ain't got to ride by himself or keep him company or anything like that. That's fine. I ain't expect to do nothing but just to get out of the house. Just like my neighbor, he asked me to go to his place with him to get some wood, because I was giving him some wood. He didn't ask me to go and help him load it or anything like that, so I didn't volunteer to help him load it or anything, so I just sat in the truck while he loaded it. Because the only thing he asked me to do was just to ride with him, so I did what he asked me to do. I went and ride with him. He didn't ask me to help or anything like that. He just asked me to ride with him, where he ain't got to ride all the way down there and back by himself. So I said, okay. So I rode with him and keep him company on the way there and on the way back. And so he went home and I went home, and that was the end of it. It's just a lot of things I just think make no sense out of. It just shows you how people respect other people. You get more respect if you're actually kin to them or family or whatever. But if you're not kin to them or whatever, you ain't getting no respect out of them. Me, I don't care if you're family or not. I respect you until you do something to me I won't respect you. And after that, I respect it's over. So the way this right here looks, we're going to have like 6 seasons. Because I got season 1 and season 2. And we got them other 4 right there. It's classified, so I guess there's a meaning there's going to be 6 seasons altogether. So that means you got 4 more reasons to spend more money. Instead of giving to everybody in the game for free, where everybody can have the equal chance of winning, they only giving it to the people that can afford it, to give them a better advantage of the people that can't really afford it. And that's all that pretty much is. Just like real life. If you're rich, you got advantage of everything. If you're poor, you got to work for that advantage to just to survive. But if you're rich, you ain't got to really do nothing to survive. Oh, I said I was going to go over here. Well, he done got offline. He done got offline. Dang on it. I was too busy yapping and smoking and not paying attention. I done lit up another cigarette, if that tells you anything. Not even been playing. So I guess I'm going to stop this broadcast and start a new one and just start playing. Because I done spent sitting here for 3 hours just pretty much talking, except maybe 1 or 2 hours that I was actually playing. I think I only played like 1 game the whole 3 hours. Well, 2 games counting playing online. I played 1 game online. Well, on multiple players, but most of the time I've been talking. So I'm going to stop this broadcast and I want to start up another one that me actually playing the game. So I hope y'all enjoyed the chat or whatever, or listen to me blabber about stupid shit. But if you like what it is, and leave a like or a comment or subscribe or follow and share with your friends. And because I'm trying to get more followers, because I probably got like 1 that actually watches my shows and my live broadcast, but for some odd reason today he ain't been watching. I guess because he was busy. He was just online a while ago and he got offline. I just went and looked, so he got offline, so there ain't no use going over there playing with him because he's already offline. So if you like my videos or whatever I blabber about or chat about or whatever, leave a like and subscribe and follow and tell friends to follow too. More the merrier. And maybe more conversation get out besides me sitting here blabbering. And if I can read y'all's comments. So if you do leave a comment, try to leave big words in there. Because I'm not all that good of a reader. So I guess I'll see y'all in another 5 minutes when I start another one. Peace, take care, and watch out for yourself and other people around that you care for. Well, take care and have fun, everybody. Because I know I am. I enjoy playing games and let other people watch or whatever. Hopefully I do something they like and they start following or whatever. Well, this is the end of this broadcast. I want to start another one up, but it's going to be me actually talking about the game and playing the game instead of talking about whatever that pops in my head first. Try to anyway. Ain't going to make no promises. But share the video, the ones you like, like the videos or subscribe or whatever. And I try to get on here daily. It's like earlier today I didn't feel like getting on, but I still end up getting on just to play the game, and didn't actually want to play the game, didn't feel like it. But I did anyway, because people that do watch this give them something else to watch besides TV or whatever. Give them something different to do, or chat or whatever. Well, y'all have fun, take care. I'll see you in another 5 minutes or whatever, long enough to close this one and start another one.